hope you had a good night's sleep after what you learned from yesterday's show. Today is a training day. We've got back and we've got biceps. So make sure that you go to the gym, you have your warm-up, and I'll see you there. The first exercise that we've got for back is dumbbell rows. So you should remember this exercise from last week, and just as Jim is demonstrating here, you're going to have your palms facing towards your body, you're going to bring your elbows up, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're going to be working the middle part of your back by breathing out on the way up and breathing in on the way back down and squeezing your shoulder blades. Make sure your back is flat and don't round it. This is just a warm-up set, so make sure that you do around 12 repetitions that are quite comfortable. Once you've done your warm-up set, we're ready to go straight into the first set. So again, just bend over like Jim has shown you here. You're going to breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Keep that back flat. Focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together and then stretching them out at the bottom. Don't use any momentum from your back, just squeeze your arms and your shoulder blades. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way back down, and reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions. Once you've reached failure, do 2 more sets of this exercise before moving on to the second movement for back. The second movement for back is another exercise that you did last week, which is close grip pull downs. So you're going to hold onto a handle like the one Jim has got here, palms facing towards each other, and you're going to pull down that handle towards your chest before going back up. You're going to breathe out as you pull the bar towards you, and breathe in as you let that bar go back up. Make sure that you don't use any momentum or any swing from your body. Use your back and your arms to bring that bar down. Squeezing your shoulder blades on the way down, stretching out on the way back up. You need to reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions, and you need to do 3 sets of this exercise. Once you've done 3 sets, we're ready to move on to the new exercise that we have for you this week. And this is the reverse grip bent over row. Find yourself a barbell, place enough weight on there that'll allow you to reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions, and you're going to hold onto that barbell with a reverse grip. So when I say reverse grip, your palms should be facing up. Once you've gripped onto the bar, you're going to row that bar into the lower portion of your abs. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades at the top and then stretch them out at the bottom. Keep your back flat and you should be bent over at a 45-degree angle. You need to reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions and do 3 sets resting for 45 seconds between each. Once you've completed this, your back is done and we're ready to move on to biceps. The first exercise that we have for biceps is preacher barbell curls. So you're going to find yourself a barbell or an easy bar like Jim has got in the picture, and you're going to lower that bar down until your arms are slightly bent before coming back up. Get a full contraction at the top and a full stretch at the bottom. Breathing out on the way up and breathing in on the way back down. This is just a warm-up set, so make sure that you do around 10 to 12 repetitions comfortably. Once you've done so, you can put that barbell back, grab a heavier weight and go straight into the first set. Make sure the backs of your arms stay firm against the pad. Don't use any swing or any momentum. Should be just your biceps doing all the work here. Get a full contraction of your biceps at the top and get a good stretch at the bottom. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Once you've reached absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions on this exercise, do 2 more sets, resting for around 45 seconds between each. Once you've done your 3 sets, we can move on to the second exercise, which is another movement that you did last week, and that's called the drag curls. So get a barbell that will allow you to reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions. You're going to drag that barbell up your body before going back down, pointing your elbows back and squeezing your biceps at the top. The barbell should be about an inch away from your body at all times. Dragging it up, squeeze at the top, and then go back down for a full stretch, just like Jim is demonstrating here. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Get to failure at 10 to 12 repetitions. Do 2 more sets, resting for 45 seconds between each. And now we're ready to move on to the third and final exercise for biceps, which is a new movement for you this week, which is bent over barbell curls. So you need to bend over just like you're doing a row. So as Jim is demonstrating here, he's got his back flat, he's got his elbows still by his sides, and he's curling up towards his chin and then getting a full stretch at the bottom. This will promote plenty of blood to the bicep muscle, which will enable you to get plenty of peak to your biceps. You need to reach failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions on this exercise, and once you've done 3 sets in total, that's it for biceps. We're ready to move on to calves. The exercise that we'll be performing for calves is a donkey calf press. So place your feet on the metal pad like Jim is demonstrating here. You're going to push all the weight throughout the insides or the balls of your feet until you get a full contraction in your calves, and then you're going to let those heels drop until you get a good stretch. Right onto your toes for a good contraction. Let those heels drop for a good stretch. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way back down. Now this is just a warm-up set, so make sure that you do around 15 repetitions comfortably. Once you've completed your warm-up set, you can go straight into your first working set. So keep your back against the pad like Jim is showing here. Make sure you get a good contraction at the top, good stretch at the bottom. When you do it slowly, it'll put added pressure onto your calves and it'll take away pressure from the Achilles tendon. We need to work the muscles here, not the tendons. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way back down, and get to absolute failure between 15 and 20 repetitions. Once you've done 3 sets, you can go and cool down for 5 to 10 minutes on a bike or treadmill, have your protein and Vitargo shake, and I'll see you back at the office. Another great workout, well done. You're in week 10 now, you're almost there and you're doing great. I just want to remind you to take your glutamine in your post-workout shake. I hope you haven't forgotten about that. Now tomorrow I have another great show lined up for you. So when you wake up, take your multivitamin, remember to do your 50 minutes of cardio, and I'll see you here.